Hello students, this is Akshita, your educator, and I welcome you all on the platform of Global Online. If you're targeting for the CTET December 2023 examination, then there is a news for you guys. Global Online application has come up with a complete course for your complete paper 1 and paper 2 preparation. In this particular series, we'll be discussing the whole syllabus of paper 1 as well as paper 2. In today's lecture, the lines and angles, the chapter from the mathematics paper 1 and paper 2 is taught by me, your educator Akshita. Okay, so here we'll be talking about lots of concepts and MCQs that has been previously asked in your examination. This is the session number 9, students. If you haven't watched the previous sessions, please do watch it because this is going to benefit you a lot. At the same time, if you're targeting for the CTET December 2023, for that paper 1 and paper 2 preparation, Global Online application has come up with a complete course where we'll be discussing the syllabus. Along with that, in this particular course, students will be provided with the following features: full syllabus video lectures. Through this video lectures, lots of tips and tricks will be shared by the educator. At the same time, students, you can clear all your doubts regarding any subjects in the video lectures itself. Along with that, you will be provided with the full syllabus notes. These are easily downloaded through your mobile phone as well because these are available in the form of PDF. 50 plus mock test. Through this mock test you can test your preparation. At the same time, students, the question asked in the examination can be directly replicated in your examination as well. Hence this is going to be very much beneficial for you for your upcoming preparation because there is a minimum span of time, and in this particular span of time exam relevant study is very much important, and this particular mock test as well as this full syllabus MCQ PDF is going to be helpful for you. Okay, so the course fees for all the above features for paper 1 as well as for the paper 2 is 3000 rupees. Okay, if you're targeting for the individual paper or if you want the enrollment of the individual paper, so this will be provided to you in the course fees of just 2000 rupees. Okay, so you can contact us on this given WhatsApp number for the enrollment of the course and for the more details. At the same time, you can download the Global Online application which is available on the Play Store with such a logo, so you'll get all the courses from there. So let's start with the most important topic, that is lines and angles. So let's discuss first that whether this particular topic is important or not. Yes, it is important exam point of view for both the paper 1 and paper 2. Based upon the basic foundation knowledge only questions are asked. Okay, so first thing, whenever we talk about the lines and angles, is the first diagram which we study basically in this is dot. Okay, so what is dot? Any structure, we know this is dot, any structure which looks like this, right? This is dot, this is simply a dot, a full stop like. Okay, such type of diagram is called as point or dot. This is called as point or dot. So any such pointed diagram, any such point, any such diagram which is having a kind of a point in it is nothing but the dot. Okay, so the second and important structure, again based on which questions have been asked and can be asked, is line. So we know what is line, right? So but based on it, based on this particular concept, a question has been asked. So what is line? Basically line is nothing but we are basically connecting any two points. For example, I have point A and point B. Okay, so I'm connecting it over here, so this is my line. So does line has any end? No. Just understand, this line does not have any end. It can be extended to limitless. How much we want, we can extend it simply. This is the line. Line, it means we are having here two arrows, right? So these two arrows are indicating that there is the endless extension. This is the endless extension for B. This is the endless extension for A. We can extend it as per our own convenience. Okay, so based on the line which the question has been asked was point number 1 to be noted in line, that is, if we have one point, then how many lines can be drawn through this particular one point? How many lines can be drawn through this one point? So infinite numbers of line we can draw, students. Infinite number, there is no count. We can draw infinite number of lines. So I'm not able to draw it properly, just try to understand. If this is the point, we can draw infinite number of lines through this. Okay, through one point, only one point. Okay, but if they say that if there are 2 points, for example, point A and point B. So always remember, if we have to pass a line that is going to cross A as well as B, okay, so only one line can be drawn commonly in between A and B. Only one line can be passed, we can say one line can be passed, only one line can be passed through A and B, or through 2 points, okay. So this was about dot, line, okay. Dot, it means any point like structure is called as dot. Line, it means line is something we are basically connecting the 2 points, and these 2 points can be extended to the limitless extension, okay. That does not, it does not have any kind of limit. We can extend it as per our own convenience. And through 1 point infinite numbers of line can be passed, and through 2 point only one line can be passed, okay. Moving on to the next. Here the third thing that we are going to learn is line segment. Line segment. So what is line segment? Basically, in case of line segment, there is again line, okay, but here there is a segment as well which is fixed. For example, point C and D is a segment, CD is a segment, CD is a segment. For example, if we consider this particular part as fixed, basically we can extend the other part to, again, limitless extension. Same in case of line as we have seen it, okay. A and B can be extended as per our convenience, but CD is going to remain fixed. This is going to remain fixed. This is nothing but this is called as a line segment. I hope you have got the line segment. The fourth concept, that is array. Array is nothing but we are having a dot, and this dot, from this arrow emerges, for example, okay. And this particular line is again having no limit extensions. We can have lots of like extensions as per our own convenience. Same in case of line, but this particular point has to be fixed. This particular point has to be fixed. There is no extension for this, there is no extension for this, but for this particular arrow there is extension. So this is called as array. Array has only one head. Always remember, it has only one headed arrow. This is the one headed arrow, we can say, okay, with 1 point, okay, with one we can say this is the end with one end, and other end is having no like limit extensions. We can have limitless extensions over there, okay. So the next and the fifth most important point is, now we'll talk about parallel lines. What are parallel lines? This is something we really know, but students who have left their mathematics in 10th standard itself, for them that it may be difficult, okay. Not difficult, but they have not seen such topics, or they are seeing these topics after a long time, okay. So just to build this huge gap, I am just reminding you all the concepts over here. So based upon the parallel lines, what is the parallel lines? Parallel lines are the lines in which distance is always the same. Distance is always the same, or it is fixed, and they never intersect. They are never going to intersect. They never intersect. Intersect, it means they are not going to connect with each other. Like for example, I have line A, okay, one line. The other line is line B. One line is line AB, and the other is, for example, PQ. So here the distance between the AB line and PQ line is same or fixed. It is fixed. This is not going to change only, right? So if it is not going to change, there is no any, what we can say, no any chance that both these lines are going to connect with each other. Both these lines are going to connect or intersect with each other. So this is the terminology that we use in geometry. Intersect, it means we are talking about the connection, or we are talking about the crossings of the lines, okay. So these are not going to cross each other, never ever. So how is this represented? Line AB is a parallel with line CD. So this is the symbol of the parallel lines, okay. I hope you have got all the terms. What are the parallel lines? Distance between them is fixed. What is intersection? Okay. At the same time, what is the symbol of representation of the parallel lines? What is line segment? What is ray? What is dot line? Okay. I hope you have got all this. This is something about the lines. moving about the basics of the angles now. Okay, so whenever we talk about the basic of angles, okay, there are like I'm going to use a symbol to represent the angle, that is theta. Theta is a representation of angle, you can say. Okay, so the first angle that we are going to study is acute angle. Now what does acute angle says? Acute angle, it means the angle which is less than 90 degree. Angle less than 90 degree is called as acute angle. Theta is less than 90 degree. So what is the symbol of representation of less than? It means the number on the other side of theta should be greater, right? So it means theta is lesser than 90 degree. This is how we represent. Okay, so always remember, in case of acute angle, the theta or the angle is less than 90 degree. For example, 10 degree, 20 degree, 25 degree, 30 degree, 40 degree, 60 degree, okay, so on till 90 degree, less than 90 degree. Okay, second is, what is obtuse angle? Obtuse angle, exactly opposite of the acute is the obtuse angle. And what does obtuse angle says? Obtuse angle is an angle which is greater than 90 degree. The angle here should be greater than 90 degree. For example, theta is greater than 90 degree. Okay, this is how we talk about these both angles. Acute angle less than 90 degree. For example, the representation of acute angle can be done in such a way. This is an angle, for example, this is a 60 degree angle. Okay, so this is an angle which is lesser than 90 degree. I have to represent an obtuse angle, I'll represent in such a way. Okay, this is an angle, the theta over here is greater than 90 degree. Okay, so the next is a right angle. Now we have seen angle less than 90 degree, angle greater than 90 degree. Right angle, it means angle at 90 degree, or angle whose value is 90 degree is nothing but the right angle. So here theta is equal to 90 degree, and the representation of this particular angle is in such a way. This is represented 90 degree. This is how we represent 90 degree. Okay, so what is acute, what is obtuse, and what is right angle? I hope you have got it. This is very simple. Okay, moving on to now reflex angle. Let's see what is reflex angle. Okay, before that I want to give you one more angle. One more angle is left actually, straight angle. Let's talk first about the straight angle, and then we will come to the reflex angle. Okay, now what is straight angle? Straight angle, for example, just imagine a straight line. Okay, or imagine a straight line over here. Okay, this is the imaginary line that I have drawn. So in this particular line, for example, this is the central point. So the angle, this particular angle, this angle from here to here, this is nothing but this is called a straight angle. This is called a straight angle, and straight angle is equal to 180 degree. This is equal to 180 degree. So always remember, in case of straight angle, theta is equal to 180 degree. Okay, moving on to what is reflex angle now then. Okay, for reflex angle, simply I'll draw a diagram. Reflex angle, a reflex angle. Okay, so for reflex angle, let's just consider this diagram which I'm drawing over here. For example, this is the diagram. So you must be saying, ma'am, here this is the angle greater than 90 degree. No, at this time I'm not talking about this particular angle, I'm talking about this angle. I'm talking about this angle, right? So this angle is called as reflex angle. Always remember, reflex angle is more than 180 degree. This particular diagram has been drawn in such a way. For example, this is the one part of the diagram. So I have just twisted this part to this part, or this way. Okay, so the angle formed from here to here, this is called as reflex angle. And the angle from here to here, right, these two straight lines or a single line, we can say, or two parts which are connected through a point, there we are forming a straight angle. Okay, there we are forming the straight angle. But in case of reflex angle, angle is always greater than 180 degree. Always remember this. So this is the reflex angle. For example, let us consider this as theta. So here a reflex angle is always more than 180 degree. It is always greater than 180 degree. We are not talking about this angle, we are talking about this angle. Okay, this is the reflex angle. I hope you have got all the angles that I have explained you. Acute ho gaya, obtuse, right angle, then straight, reflex angle. Okay, moving on to some important angles like complementary and supplementary angles. Okay, let's see what is complementary angle, what is supplementary angle. Okay, in detail. Okay, so here I think one more is left, complete angle. That also I'll explain it to you over here itself. Now look here, one more angle is there, that is complete angle. Complete angle, it is simple, nothing but for example, this is a point. Okay, the other hand is also going to come here only. So the angle that is formed between both is 360 degree, or we can say whenever a minute hand is moving from 12 and coming back to 12 and coming back to 12 in such a way. Okay, it is coming back to 12. Okay, so this particular angle or the rotation of the minute hand is considered to be 360 degree. It is considered to be 360 degree, right? This is the 360 degree angle. Just simple, this is the complete angle or the whole angle, we can say. Moving on to the complementary and supplementary angle. Let's see what are the complementary and what are the supplementary angles. First one, complementary angles. In case of complementary angles, okay, you have to understand that there are two angles and the sum of the two angles is going to be 90 degree. For example, okay, angle A plus angle B is equal to 90 degree. Angle A plus angle B is equal to 90 degree. The sum of two different angles in case of the complementary angle is 90 degree. And when I talk about the supplementary angles, in case of supplementary angles, the summation of the two different angles is going to be 180 degree. Supplementary angle. In case of supplementary angle, the summation of two different angles is equal to 180 degree. That is angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degree. Examples of complementary, if I have two angles, one is 30 degree, okay, and the other one is 60 degree. Okay, if I take summation of this, I'll get 90 degree. Similarly, if one is 45 degree, the other is 45 degree, if I take the summation of both angles, I'll get 90 degree, right? In case of supplementary angle, the summation should be 180 degree. For example, if we have over here, one has 100 degree and the other has 80 degree, I'll get 180 degree, right? If I have one as 120 degree and the other has 60 degree, I'll get again as 180 degree over here. You just have to understand that only the summation should be equal to 180 degree. Summation of the complementary angle should be equal to 90 degree. Okay, so the next that we are going to study is now the important topic of this particular part, that is angle pairs. Angle pairs. Okay, angle pairs. Now what are angle pairs? In angle pairs, actually we do study few angles like adjacent angles. Adjacent angles. The next one that we study over here is complementary angles. The third one is again supplementary angles. In depth. Okay, So let's talk about the adjacent angles. Simply here try to understand what is the adjacent angle. Adjacent angle, it means here the angles are adjacent to each other, simply by word also we can say it, and they are originated on the same point. They are originated on the same point. For example, if I take an angle over here like this one, okay, this is for example angle A, this is angle B. These both angles are called as adjacent angles, which are near to each other, or we can say these are adjacent to each other, okay, which are nearby each other. But what are the requirement of the adjacent angles? They should be on the same vertex. Vertex of both the angles should be same. This is the vertex of angle A as well as angle B, okay, or we can say that they should originate at the same point. Originated at the same point. Origin should be at the same point, okay. So yes, adjacent angles requirement are the vertex should be same, और सेम पॉइंट पे बनते हैं, और यू कैन से दैट दे शुड बी ओरिजिनेटेड एट द सेम पॉइंट. दिस इज द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ द एडजेसेंट एंगल. सो यू कैन से फ्रॉम दिस डायग्राम दैट एंगल ए एंड एंगल बी आर एडजेसेंट एंगल्स. In case of complementary angles, okay, I have told you already the summation of the complementary angles is equal to 90 degree. For example, if I draw a diagram over here, this is just too big. I just hope that you're getting each and everything I'm discussing over here. Today I'm not much well, so I'm not able to talk properly, okay. So if I consider this as angle X and this as angle Y, okay, if I take summation of this, you can clearly see that the whole angle that is formed over here is 90 degree. So the summation of angle X and the angle Y is going to be less than 90 degree. It cannot be more than 90 degree, because the bigger angle over here is only 90 degree, right? And this one smaller is X, this other part is Y. So angle X plus angle Y, that is for example angle X plus angle Y, is going to be 90 degree only, right? Not greater than 90 degree, right? So we can clearly say that both the angles are complementary angles. But in case of supplementary angles, I take an example, like for example this is the angle A and this one is the angle B. So we know that the complete angle, this angle is 180 degree, but angle A should be less than 180 degree, angle B should be less than 180 degree. But if I take summation of both the angles, that is angle A plus angle B, this will give me total is equal to 180 degree. Okay, this is how you solve. Okay, so just understand what is adjacent angles, what are complementary angles, what are supplementary angles. Okay, then later on we are going to study is what happens when the lines cross each other. Okay, at the same time we'll study the questions based upon the obtuse angle, complementary angle, parallel line. In case of parallel lines, we are going to study lots of angles, like what are alternate exterior, what are alternate interior angles. Okay, as well as corresponding angles, co-interior, co-exterior angle. Everything will be studied in tomorrow's class. Okay, so this was the end of today's lecture. If you have understood all the concepts that I have explained in today's lecture, then please do hit the like button and let me know in the comment section, students. At the same time, if you're watching me for the first time, so I'm an educator at Global Online University, where we teach the students for different entrance examination. And for you guys, upcoming CTET December examination, the preparation should be solid. For that, Global Online application has launched a course for paper 1 and paper 2, where you'll be provided with the following features: full syllabus video lectures, full syllabus notes, 50 plus mock tests to test your preparation, full syllabus MCQ PDF, and the paper 1 paper 2 course fees is just 3,000 rupees for both the papers. And if you're targeting for the individual paper 1 or for the paper 2, the fees is 2,000 rupees. You simply have to contact us on this given WhatsApp number for more details. Okay, so this was the end of today's lecture. Thank you for joining it. I hope you have liked the video. Let me know in the comment section, and have a great day everyone. Bye.